is normalizing in the post-pandemic era. So retail sales and private consumption is still going to be somewhat between 4 or 5% moving on, and so on. Unemployment rate. So since we are becoming an aging nation, or we are actually in that process, so labor force participation rate will continue to be elevated above 70%. And we think labor market relation is still okay. Now, inflation is going to be quite an interesting thing to watch because, one, subsidy rationalization on RON95 is slated to take place in the second half of this year, and also electricity. So here's what we think about it. Now, what we saw last year was diesel subsidy rationalization on diesel. We initially thought that inflation would spike to a level that we saw in the earlier part in the mid-2010s when the government rationalized diesel and petrol back then. So we thought that the same scenario would happen. It did not happen. In fact, it was actually a surprise to us to a large degree that inflation did not misbehave when diesel subsidy rationalization was initiated. So, what will happen to RON95? We think that it will probably be in the same manner. So, in the event that the government were to initiate this, we think that the impact on inflation is going to be very much controlled. So, there are many reasons to support this notion. One is that global oil prices will continue to trend lower, and it is trending lower as we speak. So that is one. Second is that we noticed that the mechanism or the idea between subsidy rationalization today and what we saw in the previous administration were also different. In a manner that in the past we were looking, or rather the government, we think, this is what we assess, is that the government was looking into rationalizing subsidies and to match it closer to the market rate at whatever implementation. But now, I think the idea is that to do the same without having a strong impact on inflation, and that's the difference. So that's why we did not see inflation misbehaving as they should last year. So for RON95, will probably be in the same manner as well. OPR